Mitrom, excuse me for my allergies. Mitrom and Bandhuvam, this is J. Reddy, your presenter at South Asia Maps, Intellectual Kshatriya channel, Education channel. Today, we are going to talk about a very fascinating presentation. As a part of our playlist, Partition of India, Partition of Bharat, or Balkanization of India, Islamic gangsterism-led Ulsterization of India. The topic is the Sole Spokesman. There are two aspects to that. Sole Spokesman of Allah. This was proclaimed by self-appointed Muhammad. Muhammad, the Prophet of Allah. This is all self-proclamation. No other accepted agency, authority certified it. So they just announced by themselves. Sole Spokesman of Allah. Islam, Star and Crescent, and Muhammad, who lived around about 60 years or so in Hejaz region, Makkah, Medina, 530 AD to 632 till his death. So here we see other sole spokesman of Jinnah, who passed away around about 1948, lived nearly 70 plus years or so. He claimed himself, arrogated the title sole spokesman of Indian Muslims, Indian Momins, Islamic proselytes. Here we are talking about the yogic perspectives of Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarupji, one of the India's the greatest thinker of modern India. He was associated with Voice of India, intellectual think tank and movement started by Mahadrishta, Rishi of Resurgent India, Sitaram Goyalji, who passed away 2003, Sri Ram Swarupji passed away a few years earlier, considered to be the greatest thinkers of modern India. And their legacy is continued by the Belgian Indologist Dr. Coenraad Elst from Belgium. Interested people can look their work further. Here I am going to bring their perspective into the Partition of India aspect. They are quite interlinked together. In the Western countries, there is a concept called a toll-free number. That means here a number is given, you can call and talk. So this toll-free number from Allah was claimed abrogated by its sole spokesman. He said he alone speaks for Allah, the Islamic pagan god, very peaceful god, arrogated himself and started speaking on behalf of the. Before that, Yahweh, sole spokesman, was again self-appointed biblical theological figure, Jesus Christ. Before that, again, the Moses also claimed the sole spokesman to speak on behalf of Yahweh. The same, the concept. And Jinnah did the same thing in the political lingo. Previous people did it in theological lingo. Sole spokesman Muhammad, self-appointment. Here we see the sole spokesman of Indian Momins, Jinnah, again the self-appointment. Muhammad claimed this self-appointment to speak on behalf of a fictitious character or unverifiable character of Quran, Allah. Here he said, Jinnah, he spoke on behalf of Indian Islamic proselytes in United Provinces, Bihar, Central Provinces, Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, and Madras Presidency, Bombay Presidency, also on. The result of this sole spokesman, their shenanigans or their actions is large-scale invasion of war after Muhammad took the political power in Jazirat al-Arabia, that is the Arabian land. The wars and violence, elimination of native pagan religions in Arabia, surrounding regions, and replacement of local Arabbi cultures, pagan Arab culture, Persian culture, Turkish, later Kurdish, all those people were converted. Here The sole spokesman, the result, his actions, the Pakistan formation, partition of the country, large-scale genocide of Kaffirs, Sikhs and Hindus, non-Muslims, their ethnic clinching, genocide, religious clinching in Pashchim Punjab, that is Maghrebi Punjab and Sindh, Baluchistan, Kyber, East Bengal, that is Mashriqi Bengal, later Mashriqi Pakistan, this is later Maghrebi Pakistan. So the similarities you can notice. Excuse me. Then later you can see the events, imposition of Islamic imperialism, the imperialism under religious garb, Mahayogi Ram Swarup says, not political garb. So this imperialism is very stubborn compared to European imperialism, British imperialism, Dutch imperialism, French imperialism. Imposition of Arabbi imperialism later, that is the Muhammad Rashidun Caliphate and Umayyads Arabbi, Umayyads Abbasids and so on. Now the Islamic imperialism, Arab imperialism were one and the same. Elimination of native Meccan guards, Arab guards like Al-Manat, Al-Wujja, so on, their languages are eliminated, Arabic was imposed. After Pakistan formation, the native languages were suppressed, Urdu, Jaban-e-Urdu was imposed, the Kaffirs were totally eliminated from this pure land, Darul-islam, that is Pashchim Punjab, Sindh, Subha, Baloch and Brahui regions, Sharhed, Kyber, Purbi Bengal and East Bengal and so on. Here I have an interesting educational channel, South Asia Maps, Mitrom and Bandhuvam. You can type our YouTube channel South Asia Maps Reddy, and there are a lot of videos there, more than 150. You can explore them further, and please do patronize, comment and let your friends know. This is the playlist I am pointing out to. There are nearly more than a dozen already presentations there. I will be adding this presentation. There you can go and look at it. This is the fascinating globe. Pakistan formation is not a small event. This is our ancient land where great rishis did tapas on the bank of majestic river Sindhu that was carved out of Bharat from Karakoram mountains to Karachi. Fascinating land of nearly 1 million square kilometers, 25% of the land geographical area of the truncated Bharat today. And I gave this interesting title because the Pakistani origin, a scholar Ayesha Jalal wrote a very interesting book that is called Sole Spokesman. Ayesha Jalal, and just I tried to, this is the Ayesha Jalal who works in a Western University. She wrote this fascinating book, Sole Spokesman, Jinnah, the Muslim League and the demand for Pakistan. I had taken some of these points, like tried to put Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup's yogic vision of the entire concept of hellbound, heaven-bound people, Momins and Kaffirs, to say that Pakistan formation was intrinsic to hate-filled concepts of theology in Quran by the godling Allah himself. That is the point we are trying to convey to this presentation. Jinnah here, Lahore resolution passing, and Maulvi Fazlul Haq, the premier of East Bengal or Bengal, and who introduced the resolution actually. And this is the area, the British India. Excuse me. Jinnah claimed he spoke to all people, all Momins in this region. Momins, so he said he spoke on behalf of Pashtuns Muslimans, Punjabi Muslimans, Saraiki Muslimans, Baluchi Muslimans, Brahui Muslimans, Sindhi Muslimans, Kachi Muslimans, Gujarati Muslimans, Oriyan Muslimans, Mopila Muslimans of Kerala, and Labbai Tamil Muslimans, and Dakkani Musalmans, of course, Bengali Momins, Bihari Momins, Rohila Musalmans or Audi Musalmans, Mewatis in south of Mewat region, southern part of Haryana, Gurgaon, those regions. He said he is the sole spokesman of all these people. That is the claim, extraordinary claim he made, and finally used street riots, Islamic gangsterism to enforce that, because the Congress leadership was very weak, pusillanimous, that is, cowardice, timorous. They bent and accepted his claim. He ran away 5 subas so easily. So that is the entire concept of today's fascinating presentation, Partition of India and Sole Spokesman of Quranic godling Allah, who is very different from peaceful pagan Arab godling Subhanallah. They are totally different characters. So Muhammad as a sole spokesman on behalf of Allah. Here Jinnah said the same thing as a sole spokesman of the entire Indian Momins, Islamic converts. Thank you very much, Mitram and Bandhuvam. This is your presenter J. Reddy at South Asia Maps Intellectual Kshatriya channel. See you in other presentations.